Alright, shalom everyone. It's Out the Box Kingdom. Talk with me, Out the Box Kingdom. I hope you all are having a wonderful yum. I'm just gonna come on here right quick. Like I said, I've been reading Yashayahu and really trying to take my time with it. And I am on now chapter 20, not 28, but 58. And 58 is talking about talking to the children of Yasrael, saying, "Is this not the fast I've chosen for you?" Now I get it, Christianity has taught us, those that was in Christianity, like I was, fasting for like 3 days, no food. That's a true fasting for Yah. But when we really read, like in the book of the Nazarene, that if you have not read it, I suggest anybody to go read it. Fasting is living an abstinent life from everything that is abominable to Abba Yahuah. So, like, we're living a fasted life every day. Those that are called to be set apart, that's living a set apart life. You're not observing their pagan holidays. You don't have idols in your house. You're not bowing down to idols. Pretty much the things that the world do, you're not doing. So that's literally living a fasted life, right? A life of fasting. But however, there comes a time when the Ruach HaKodesh will say, okay, you need to take a break from eating food to, and seek me more. Let my word be your food for the next 3 days or whatever. He's the one that leads you into those type of fastings, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to read Yashayahu 58, and I really want y'all to hear what Yah is saying in regards to this, because once again, it's going to settle some things, okay? So this is straight up word. I ain't adding or subtracting. Like I said, I am reading from the BYMV scriptures. So let us begin. Yashayahu chapter 58. Cry aloud and do not spare. Lift up your voice like a ram's horn. Declare to my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me yom by yom, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did obedience, and did not forsake the lawfulness of their law. They ask of me rulings of obedience. They delight in drawing near to Alua. They say, why have we fasted, and you have not seen? Why have we afflicted our beings, and you took no note? Look in the yum of your fasting, you find pleasure, and drive on all your laborers. Look, you fast for strife and contention, and to strike with the fist of lawlessness. You do not fast as you do this yum, to make your voice heard on high. Is it a fast that I've chosen? A yum for a man to afflict his being? Is it to bow down his head like a bulrush, and to spread out sackcloth and ashes? Do you call this a fast and an acceptable yum to Yahuwah? Is this not the fast that I've chosen? Now this is where Yah gets into the fast he's chosen for us. Pay attention. Is this not the fast I have chosen? To loosen the tight cords of lawlessness, to undo the bands of the yoke, to exempt the oppressed, and to break off every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and that you bring to your house the poor who are casted out? When you see the naked, and cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh, then your light will break forth like the book of Tov. Your healing spring forth speedily, and your obedience shall go before you, and the esteem of Yahuwah will be your rear guard. Then when you call, Yahuwah will answer. And when you and when you cry, he will say, here I am. See, Yah will answer you. If you take away the yoke from your midst, the pointing of the finger, we got a lot of that going on here, and the speaking of disobedience, if you extend your being to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted being, then your light shall dawn in the darkness, and your darkness be as noon. Then Yahuwah will guide you continually and satisfy your being in drought and strengthen your bones. And you shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose man do not fail. And those from among you shall build the old ruins. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you will be called the repairer of the break, the restorer of the streets to dwell in. If you do turn back your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my Kodesh Yom, and shall call the Sabbath a delight, the Kodesh one of Yahuwah, esteemed, and shall esteem it, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words. Then you shall delight yourself in Yahuwah, and I shall cause you to ride on the heights of the Orets, and feed you with the inheritance of Jacob your father. For the mouth of Yahuwah has spoken. When I say Yah is always direct, that's why it's so important to read the word of Abba Yah, because he's always direct in what he's talking about, right? Especially when it comes to the type of fasting that is acceptable unto him. So this is why, okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna put it like this. He knows who are doing things on TikTok and showing what they're doing and saying it's for Yah, and he knows they're doing it for show and performance, just like the Christians are doing. So don't think that Yah ain't gonna check you. Those that are pretending, those who are doing things for performance or likes and followers, because he gonna light a match or he gonna light a fire on your foundation, and if you're not truly walking with Yah, your stuff is going to crumble and fall. Yah is done with pretenders, and those that are just doing things for likes and shows and for followers. This is not a followers and how many likes I can get type of walk. Yahusha can care less of how many people followed him. He was about speaking and doing what Abba did. If you followed him, you followed him. If you left him, he said, y'all gonna leave me too, just like them 70 did. Y'all gonna leave too. And that was his mindset. If you stay, you stay. If you don't, you just don't. But at the end of the day, I'm all about my Father's business. So when you are obeying the commands of Abba Yah, observing the Sabbath, you're not doing things in your own pleasure, even on that Yom. We sometimes have to check ourselves with that too. Because the adversary, something can seem like it's of Yah, especially, like I like to do art, but if you find yourself making multiple things and then you're thinking about how much I can sell this, now you're in a place of working versus just making jewelry because you just like making it. It relaxes you. So you even have to be careful with things like that because the adversary be trying. But however, when you go back and read Yashayahu 58, and he said, is this not the fast I've chosen for you? And it's to serve people, to set the captives free. The Great Commission, like they be teaching in Christianity. But making sure that we are being obedient to his Sabbaths. He's always pressing that upon us. He's always repeating himself. You have to pay attention. Yah is always repeating himself in the Old Testament and even in the New Testament, even in the Apocryphas. All of them they come in alignment with each other. You know what I'm saying? So when Yah is repeating something and showing you things, when we come into alignment, truly, Yashriel, and even in grafted ones, when we truly fall in alignment to Abba's will or come in alignment to him, we'll start seeing gradual changes in the Orets. Even though the prophecies are going to be fulfilled, our place and position will be able to rise up. But until then, because this pride, y'all got to deal with this pride and this arrogance things. He's got to still separate wheat from the tares. So on that note, go back and read Yashayahu 58. about what really truly the fast that Yah is looking for us to do. Shalom.